Welcome! E aí, galera, beleza? Bem-vindo à nossa comunidade.
Welcome to our community.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is OGC here. Today we have an awesome episode. I'm going to show you guys my whole account. We're pretty much going to go through it. I'll do it kind of fast just to get through everything. I haven't done this for you guys in at least a month, maybe even two. So some things have changed since then, but I'll show you guys what I'm working with. That way when you guys see this content, you know what we're dealing with, at least for today. And I also get questions all the time about what are my heroes using, or what do things look like for me. So disclaimer, first and foremost, this is my setup. It does not mean it's necessarily good. Do not copy this point for point. You can probably get better results doing different things. This is just what I find helpful for me. So to start things off, I have two 2100 core power. I feel pretty good with that. Current power does not matter. My lifetime honor, I only have 70 million. It's not very good. I need to work on that. For the void, I've completed through 137. I've been lazy on the void ever since I transferred servers. I got to 137 pretty fast. Probably on par with the curve of people, and then I kind of stopped afterwards. Really, I don't know what's holding me back now. I don't have a huge incentive to finish it out. Tactics schools doesn't matter. Dragon Abyss, I'm on stage 526. This is another one that I haven't really put too much time in lately, but I should probably get back on that. And Dragon Power, we can look at that later on. So when we take a peek at my heroes, if you guys want to see hero levels, I got my main gladiators at 58. Virian, I got up to 56. Fire Mage at 55. Mostly everything else that I use pretty consistently is at 50. Nora is at 50 for the extra might. And then when we get down towards the end, with the lower level heroes, I'm still working on Lunella. I'm raising her up from farming the world. Gafkar I'll do eventually. I don't use him as a frontline tank. I know a lot of high-end players do that. I haven't found it necessary to yet for me. And my Warwicks is still only 23. I figure until I get the mantra beads, I'm not going to really use Warwicks too much. I know he's super beneficial. I know he is. It's just, it's not my playstyle, and I do perfectly fine without it for now. And then, of course, I have my 3 rogues all at 60. So I'm just going to rifle through the gear. So if you guys are curious about how I gear up my characters, feel free to check it out. You can pause the video, rewind, fast forward. Rufio is pretty much set up for stamina. This is PvP settings, by the way. My Avril, this one's not for PvP, this is for walls. But I think I was doing walls earlier, so it's still set up for that. The standard Avril set up for farming walls. My Fire Mage set up for walls as well. Avalon, I get the command. I'm playing human, so I want all the command on him. Elena has the 2-star artifact for the Mirror of Truth to summon troops. I have Virian. So Virian does have the 2-star Salantra, so he gets plenty of time in after his bubble, and he also has the Claymore in order to attack more frequently to self-heal. I have my Vega, which I'm no longer deploying as a human in PvP. Lunella, right now she's just there for stats. Gan, I have my Tyradin. So if I go up against Lich, she does change it a little bit. There is one better setup for Lich if she goes with all legendary armor and then goes with the Hammer of Zeal. But I don't have that set up right now. I have my Gazul, Cleo. Gotta love Cleo. I do use the Scarab's Amulet on her. She dies so fast, but if she can put some shields on people and get her black hole off, I'm happy with her. Warwick's, my Rose setup. Gafkar, who's another one that's just there for massive stats. My Nora, definitely there for massive stats. 219 might. I'll take it, Nora. My Jack setup, so my Blood Muzz Bite is 4-star. I really like it at 4-star because it's 60% more damage to heroes. That's massive. My Grims, he is set up for walls as well. Mako with a 5-star staple, just for all of that extra juicy damage. My Yip, so my Yip, I do have the 1-star Mirror of Reality, and I have the Tailwind Trinket, and I also have the Dragon set for Sage on my Yip. Love my Yip. Denji. So Denji does have the Gladiator set. He has the Rapier and Earrings. I know that they don't stack. They just both happen to be flawless, and I want the stats. He does have a 5-star edge, by the way, so he can res. This is my talk. On my talk, I do have the full general set. That way, whatever archers are placed near him will not flee quite so fast. My Bane setup, 228 stamina. Pretty high. Belrog setup. So I do like the Snake Thorn. What is it? Snake's Thorn Chest Guard. The Warmogs from League of Legends. And I do have a 5-star Leo's Pride. That's not the best artifact on him, but considering where my other ones are as far as the stars on it, it works pretty well for him. I have my Sprig and my Fenris. So my main only has 1.5 stars right now, which is not very good, but it is what it is. So when we come down, we look at my temple. I'm +5 throughout it. This one right here, this is the only one that's not +5 yet. So I'm very close to having a full +5 temple. Pretty standard for a +5 temple. I do have some +6s, which are helpful. I'll end up resetting once I get enough points to go to +7, because I think getting 1 +7 is better than 2 +6s. And I suppose next we can look at my army. I have Zen Swords. Right now I'm using Zen Swords. They seem to help out a little bit more versus Lich and or Sylph for the moral. They have good health, decent attack, but their swords for humans are just tanks. Next I have my spears. My spears are pitiful. They are absolutely pitiful. Actually, you know what? I'll do it this way. If you see my spears, my spears are absolutely pitiful, and if we look at their chakra is so bad. It's pretty much non-existent. If we look at the archers, I have almost 200k attack on the archers, and for their chakra, they are 13 chakra. So the archers are slightly better. We already looked at the swords, and for the sword chakra, swords are 13 across the board. Very happy with that. Next we have we have the priests. I'm building some priests right now, hoping that they'll help out versus Lich, but again, literally no chakra, so they might not help that much. Next we have Templars. My Templars are still pretty pitiful, and I betcha their chakra is 0 as well. The other thing that I have is I do have level 14 siege. I do keep a couple 14 sieges on me, and okay, they don't get chakra. So for the army, I keep 2 packs of spears just because, I guess. I almost have 2 packs of priest stun. I have a bunch of archers, so if some get injured, I can replace them easily. And I keep a ton of swords. Because you can't go wrong with swords, and as my gate levels up, I'm going to be loading them up with swords. I have a couple of gold sieges, just to have a couple of gold sieges, and the silvers are just kind of there. I don't really worry too much about the other troops. Next, we can take a peek at research. So if we look at research, probably the biggest one is the swords are fully maxed out to tier 14. So they have 294. The archers are getting very close, and I'm actually working on the archers right now. So the archers are progressing up to getting maxed out tier 14. That will boost them up quite a bit. It will be very nice. Next, I have my spears. These spears are pretty good. I do have 13 maxed out for them. Their 14 is lacking a little. I don't know if I'm going to pursue the spears afterwards or if I'm going to go for priests or Templars. Hopefully I'll have more information about the chakras before having to worry about anything else. So the Templars are maxed out through tier 12. Their 13 and 14 are not maxed. So my Templars are very weak. And they have no chakra. Same thing for my priests. They are maxed out through tier 12, but their 13 and 14 are not maxed out. And my siege, oh my gosh, this is probably the most embarrassing one. My siege is, I am missing a lot for my siege. Probably the biggest one is just getting tier 12 for the extra honor. Where I'm originally from, I was the main router and or one of the bigger people for PvP, so I never focused on walls. That's all my excuses for neglecting siege. For hero research, for the mage, I did all the little ones 1 through 4. You should have no matter what. They're pretty easy. 4, 5. I did skip 5 because I didn't think that it was super crucial. I have 6 maxed out for extra stats. I have 7 so that they deal more damage at the beginning. I have some points into 8, which increases critical hit, which mostly affects Avril and the Fire Mage. I do have 10 maxed out for the extra gold cap, but more importantly to reduce the enemy magic resistance. Eventually I'll work on them. For my mech rogue, I have them fully maxed out up until 14. I can actually put some points into 14, but I do have tier 13 maxed out. I didn't notice a huge difference with this when I did max it out. Maybe slightly at best, but I haven't noticed a huge jump in damage. Currently, I am working on General Stage. I skipped over a bunch, and right now I am rushing to try and get tier 13 maxed out. This one seems to be the most powerful out of the tier 13 and 14s. And then finally, I have my Gladiator and Paladin. Okay, I did get evade chance, increase their level, reduce critical damage. So I got some for them. I would love to get more for them just because I think that the Gladiator and Paladins can be really good tanks. Next, we can take a peek at the Dragon, or Dragons. I have a few. So this is my main go-to. The yellow doesn't matter. I do have the Frigid Scales. Frigid Scales, I do like it. It's kind of useless if your dragon's not in the front line, but I like that safety net. The Greater Ice Blast, don't really notice this one at all, but I suppose it might help. I have Blessed Ferocity, which is very, very nice when it comes to increasing the attack. I have Blessed Attack Speed one, so this one's very nice when it comes to increasing the attack speed. Blessed Fortitude, I love Fortitude, I love HP. And then the last two are Blessed Noble Blood, which is huge for reducing physical damage and a slight heal. And also Blessed Humanoid, which this, for the meta right now, is absolutely crucial. It's why it's my go-to dragon, and I don't think I'll ever let that one go. I also have, if I can find it, here we go. I have a level 50 Azula as well. This one is leveled up just for the yellows. So off this yellow, I get faster building speed, which really doesn't matter anymore. I also have the two most important would be the one. This one, the treasure hunt is for even faster building speed. So this one's not the most important, but at rank 2, it does increase research speed by 10%. The most important one is the Blessed Logistic. If you make a research dragon, which I highly recommend every single person does, it doesn't have to be level 50, but at least get the yellows that increase your research speed. Have it deployed whenever you queue up research. With the level 50, you get increased research speed by 15%. 15% is massive. That's more than Magister position. That's a huge boost. So that helps me out. My third dragon, which I can't wait for this one to fully get leveled up. It has Greater Fortitude, which is maxed out. The yellow I'm skipping altogether. It has Greater Eternal Void. This is so sick, especially playing human. If you play Lich with Skeleton Frontline, this is huge as well, just because you'll get so many mini black holes that will pop up. Greater Barbarian, which is awesome. Also the Gravitational Surge right at the beginning of the battle. That helps out initially. You can ruin your enemies' Warhorns so hard between the Gravitational Surge and Cleo's Black Hole. And then I have the Ferocity, the two purples for range, and finally I have Blessed Hero Predation. This dragon, I'm looking forward to getting this maxed out, so if I fight anything that's not humanoid, I can deploy this dragon and have a decent backup dragon. So if you guys want to see the actual stats that I have, troop power I think is irrelevant, doesn't matter. Hero power, I'm at almost 120k hero power. I'm very happy with that. Garrison power, I'm at almost 1.1, and dragon power doesn't really matter. Building power doesn't really matter. Research power, I have a 1900k. Pretty good, and I'm happy with that. That will just naturally keep growing over time. My temple is 513k, and my chakra is pretty low. It's less than 300k. Compared to a lot of other people, my chakra is low, but I've planned things out to really focus on swords and archers for humans. If I change races, for most races, that will convert pretty well. I'm happy with the conversions to the other races that I'm willing to play, so I feel fine with that. I suppose the other thing is the garrison. So my swordsmen have a lot of HP, 314,000 HP Zen swordsmen. That's huge. The other big one is the archers. They have 320,000 attack. I will take that all day long. As far as a formation, it's a very basic human formation. You can see that I have a couple packs of healers. I have 4, 8, 11 packs of swords and 3 archers. It works pretty well for the most part. I am happy with how I do everything. Next, I have different formations. So again, these are not perfect formations. They're just what I use. So for dragon raids, it's pretty much all archers. I don't need jacks, but I still bring jacks because if I ever attack a legendary and I don't get 15 chests, I will be very upset with myself. I have my siege set up, so if I go to siege down things, cats are for just destroying walls. Events, this one changes throughout time for different events. This is my tank. Whoops. This is my tank setup for the Divine Trials. I then have my etc., which is just usually something random. My main PvP setup, I have right side, which is like a power side, and then I have the inverse of that for left side, so I can easily switch that depending on how opponents attack me. And I think that that's everything for my account. If you want, we can go into the mines and do a fight real quick, and we can call it a day after that. So let's go find somebody and kill them real quick, or get killed, one or the other. All right, so let's find this rockin' person. They are gods of lovin'. Jeez. Oh, I'm selling my siege gear, so my stats are going to not be very good. That's okay though. We got the power of the OGC fam. So we can go with our main PvP setup. We got to put in our regular turtle. And yep, my stats are horrible. But you know what, guys? We got this. So while this fight is going on, please take a moment and feel free to scroll down into the description of this video. We have our Discord there. We have our Patreon page, merch shops down there. So if you guys want any of the swagger, you feel free to go grab some. And let's go kill this rocking person. So their right side is just going to die real quick, but I want to control the rocking as much as possible. So open up with the black hole. Make sure you do the turtle. And then the rest is where we're just going to crush them down here. My Jax went a little bit too far forwards. Not very happy with that. But it looks like our Virion is doing fine, so I am happy overall. And now that their bottom is pretty much toast, we're just going to let this one slowly play out. They've hardly done any damage to the top section. That is thanks to the really powerful humanoid dragon. And that was a easy PvP. So with that, guys, make sure you like the video, subscribe if you guys want more videos, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, guys.